that microphone. Okay, so sorry I'm late tonight, folks. As always with me, when it's Wednesday, tech issues. But it's been really, really bad since Twitch did its back end maintenance on their website, and everything's just out of sync and everything. So I've tried to refresh all my sound alerts and that, so that there's less of a delay. I have no idea if there's less of a delay. Thank you, Grimsy, for the raid. I was lurking on your stream, so he was diamond painting earlier. So if you're not doing so already, please do check out Grimsy. Just gonna get my sugar high so that I don't shake all over the place today. Having trouble with my nerves again, and my carpal tunnel. I've got these on standby if it gets too much. So the cameras have been moved around a bit. So I'm going to carry on with, I think I've just pulled at him. A Space Marine Legion Vigilator. Vigilator. And the Dark Angels Praetor. Up on top of my PC, I've still got the ones where I'm still doing blood effects. I'm just doing some final itty bitty bits here and there. And so everyone knows, I have finally been dragged into the nightmare that is Instagram. Not because I wanted to use it, but because some stuff I needed to do on one of Meta's apps could only be done through another of Meta apps, because Meta have decided to take functions off of one app and put them in the other so that you're forced to use more than one app. I'm telling you, I'm running out of space on my phone for all these ridiculous apps just to use one app. That's the other Praetor. He's up there. Put that there because we don't need that as a painting or gluing reference. So we've got the Vigilator, our little sniper dude. And I've also moved the light so it's above this camera, so we get some more top-down light on it. We'll keep him in there for the minute. But it looks like I'm going to need a lot of white and a lot of green. Right. Which one's this? It was off-white. There we are, dread white. Just find somewhere to put the keyboard a minute. Oh, I apologise for the crunching. My tooth has a habit of catching on these sweets. And then when I pull them off my tooth, it gets crushed. Just like that. I'm sorry, people. Right, so we want Waystone green. That's Caliban green. And that's Dark Angel green. And so, yeah, today's tech issues was OBS decided to lose all my cameras. So I couldn't find a single camera feed. Got a horrible feeling my Abaddon Black is dry. But it's not quite dry. I'll probably salvage a little bit of that. Get some airbrush thinner in there. The problem is the pot no longer seals. So I hate this about Games Workshop pots. I don't think we're going to need the other colours quite for the minute. Let's find a home for my keyboard. I've got a horrible feeling my wet palette's too wet. Yeah. I'll be back in a moment, folks. I'm just going to drain the wet palette. I returneth. Alright, so let's see if I can get music playing now. I'm not sure if it's on here. It says it is. Unfortunately, it is still heart-bound because the money I wanted to use to get the contract thing that I want to get for, yeah, life happens. So, yep. Anyway. So it's still heart-bound, so some of these tracks are going to be a bit, and some are going to be, yay! So, time for some random music. If I hear that phone tone one, though, I will be removing it. I find that too distracting. So hopefully you can hear a bit of music in the background. Just because I don't like that awkward silence over a painting stream. Air bubbles out of the thing now. Oh, good. Right, so let's get back to eating my microphone, because I have started to opt for using this one during a painting stream again. Just on the grounds, it follows me across the room and I don't have to keep looking up to not headbutt it, because it's already attached to my head. Right, so we want the white. I don't know why I've pulled that down yet. This one kind of reminds me of Zelda. Nope, none of these are brushes for horrible jobs. My magic toolbox. Well, I say toolbox, it's my tool glass. There's bits and pieces in it. A brush for horrible jobs. A fine detail brush. Somewhere here is my super fine detail brush. There it is. And this is right. Oh, that's a 4. Where's my 1? And I don't mean the one from that box. Why was that one upside down? Clip should be over there. Ah, the 1 hair fine detail brush. 0.4, so definitely not that one. Not that one. There it is. Okay. Put that next to my tea. So yes, I am hydrating. Okay, so let's actually get to work, shall we? There's too much going on this desk again. Right, so I'm going to put him over here so I can see where he is. Because we were doing his cloak and other greeny bits. Over there. I don't think we'll need that just yet. But I shall get it when I do. My hair's everywhere. So we're just gently layering this up to become white, really. Music is very low. Are you sure? Pretty high on mine. Have you got your headphones turned down or your sound thing turned down maybe? But it's literally at 50% on the application I'm running it on. And then on OBS, it's at 90%. This is another brush that's slowly getting retired because it splays out. Sorry for these generalised jobs though. So, Grimsy, while you're here, why don't you tell us a little bit about diamond painting? It's another hobby I've been pondering getting into for years, but never actually got into it. So I know as I'm gonna get older, inevitably my hands are going to get worse. So I need to find other hobbies I'll be able to do later down the line. Let that dry, then we can layer over it a bit more. We did him a Abaddon black, but that's not actually the colour we want it to look. So we're just going to move the white out of the way. Okay, so I'm actually going to need my one from here. So these brushes in this little case are red maple. Oh, sorry, not red maple, golden maple, but these are the red maple set. They are a bit long in the bristles, but they are good for the jobs they do. Just going to check that I've got my spring back on it. I have, though it's still curling over a bit at the end. No, it's Dark Angels, that's a contrast. Caliban and Waystone. So we'll put Waystone over there, put that over there. Which do you want? Caliban. Wanted it to hold some water, and it held more than it should have. Typical. Hello, cat. I thought I could smell cat food being eaten. Now we're going to let that one dry. Oh, good grief. Sorry. Big post. Do you need to turn it up? Okay, so diamond painting is really easy. And you can get loads of designs online. You get everything you need with your print, plus there are lots of other accessories you can buy. It's almost colour by letter instead of number, but you use little plastic shapes, diamonds, that stick to the canvas. You get more diamonds than you need, so you won't run out either. I find it really relaxing. Yep. Paint water. Like that one minion that tasted that all flavour berry jelly berry. Every flavour jam, every berry flavour jam. That's it. From Minions, where they gave it goes. Yeah! That's how I feel like with paint water. You see, my new bot is working in my name. I'm still not sure what to think about some of these tunes. like this one. I hate this one. Okay, so we're gonna... Sensible's eyebrows. Where? Sounds like something out of a horror movie. Fluffy clouds. Carry on. Ick. I don't have my brush up there. There it is. It's the Dark Angel's green contrast. I often use this one as a wash actually, because it does, at least on the Dark Angel's cloaks, work as such quite frequently. It also adds that colour accent if you've had to use a different colour like black, which is the green colour accent over the top. I'm trying to aim to get the cloaks done, because if I can get the cloaks done, I can get the backpacks on, which allows me to really get back into the detail of them. You want now, kitty cat cat? Excuse me, kitty cat cats. Kitty cat cat hair. Get off my mini. I'm not doing blood effects. You don't need hair on this mini. This may actually look black on camera, but it's not. It is an incredibly dark green. Cat hair's trying to come back on again. too much. For that to dry, and then we'll non-oil it. We'll do the back of his, but with so much white still needs to be done on that one, we won't for a minute. Music really is weird. I don't know I'm weird, but this music's weird. Your vigilator, what colour do you want him? That's why I'm asking, what colour do you want him? Do you want him white with green and Dark Angel's Legion-y bits, or do you want him green? You want him in the camouflage green. Right. Yeah, even when we use the metallics, we still edge the edges with non-metallics. Gives that edge effect, if it goes right. We need to rearrange this desk a little bit. So I'll put that wet palette there. That then lets me work here.
New follower.
Here's LFM. Thank you for the follow. Belt dry. find where his legs want to rest. There we go. Right. So we'll do those. We'll get some hard coat, which basically looks like PVA glue in a pot. Get one of my brushes for horrible jobs. Yeah, what is my hard coat doing? Need a couple of shakers in there. Yeah, it is kind of like that with this music, isn't it? Your name's as angelic as our painting crews, of course. Thanks for the follow. What on earth is my frosty bot doing? It's supposed to give you Viking sounding entries. That's not Viking-ish. That's better. And that camera is gone again, I see. Well, like I say as well, that's annoying. This is just to prevent that white chipping off, because it will. I've had too much trouble with that recently. I'll be washing it down and everything in a minute. I just want it to stay put and be safe there. I'll put great big fingerprints on it, messing up my flow of where I send my brush lines. The point on materials, it makes it look like it's woven material. Where exactly are we going to sit? Ah, like that. So it actually went together this time. Before that, I want to actually get a non-oil down that cloak. So I'm going to have to wait for that. everything is orange. Wow. And his eyes are red. Well, we went with the helmet, I think. Orange. Not too much orange. Didn't need that much. Itchy noses at the worst possible moment, because when else would you get an itchy nose? It's just base colours I'm putting in for now. Those are not the final colours. It's a headset today. That's a bit better. It's squeezing my head so tight it's actually pulling my hair. Nope. I don't think it's on my brush. Tell you what. Over there a minute while he dries. So, 2018, it was actually my hands that stopped me from being able to paint. Witnessing today why, or only part of the reason why, they like to start, especially the thumbs, start to play up just as I'm doing that most delicate of work. Some of it's repetitive stress injury from things like pushing floats down at a theme park I used to work at. We had to push everything by hand and it damaged all this tendon. I was down a stupid slide that they used to call the sled run. No idea if that thing's still there. That park has rides that are so old and health and safety violatory that I'd be a wonder if they are still there. But the way they used to hide it was stick a bit of duct tape on it, put a piece of board over it, spray paint it, or put a piece of signage over it and hide it. And worst of all, the health and safety inspectors would notify them when they're going to turn up. And then they would give them a guided tour. So they never found where the real problems actually were. I won't name the theme park. But those that know me know where I mean. Kalinsky, where is it? There it is. I think I never drained it off. This one sounds rather Blade Runner-y. Green. No, it's Caliban. We want Dark Angel. That's known. There it is. And it's not what I wanted to do. So we're getting nowhere with this. I have a perfectly good tube of super glue, but I forgot to clean the tip, and now we've got a lid. Unfortunately glued to itself. Hey. I'll have to give up on that one for now. I'll have to open another one until I can get the lid off of that one. Well, I'm feeling that. No, because that still wouldn't work. Because the problem is the lid. Problem is the lid. This one isn't open yet. That one's still airtight. No point opening that if all I can do is just swap the lids. Make sure I clean this one. Stand that like that for a minute. Finally put his legs on him. And then we have this guy. Yeah, so that is his gun. It's supposed to go that way up, but unfortunately this arm had a casting issue. We had to spend quite a while cleaning it up, and I'm still not convinced that it's cleaned up in proper fashion. with this whacking great big air bubble right here where his thing is for gluing into his arm. And then on top of that, it was like all the resin had piled up around the air bubble, so it was completely misshaped, and it's still having troubles even now. It just doesn't look natural. It's not natural. His hand needs to be like that, and it really doesn't want to fit. So what we'll do then is we'll sand that flat. It's going to be our best option. So we're going to get the magic engraver out. It's a bit happier sitting, because it doesn't have that ugly great big lump in the way now. The one that reminds me of Ghostbusters. paint these things separately, but if I can get away with actually pre-assembling, I'm usually quite happy. It's better. Much tighter fit. Aside from his sniper rifle, that's everyone pre-assembled. Time to move on to highlights of this guy. Now we want to start putting little bits of Caliban green edging on before that turns to carrot soup over here. Better get on with some of that. Oh. It's now I can do that bottom of his cloak and know that I don't have to worry about it touching anything because it's now attached to him. Ah, thank you, Grimsy. Let me just nip through my browsers and ensure that's pinned in the places it needs to be. Ah, he's already done it on my Twitch. Brilliant. So yes, this is a charity fundraising stream. Although it does say the Sims 4 build Gosh challenge, that doesn't mean we have to wait till I'm doing Sims on a Sunday. So if you can donate to Great Ormond Street Hospital, if you can donate to Great Ormond Street Hospital Children's Charity, it'd be much appreciated. Ah, that mosquito bite's really annoying me now. Right, it's gnat and mosquito season here. And don't worry, I did not scratch it, people. I rubbed it. You know that scratching only makes worse. Ah, brilliant. Now we can start washing down the insides of his cloak. Ah! Right, so now to give him some creamy coloured off-white contrasts. Where's my off-white? Speaking of mosquitoes, I just saw one fly past my eye line. This little tool you see here, it's nothing more than a broken off piece of safety pin in an old USB cap. This thing comes in handy for doing eyes and poking holes in paint grids. Given the state of my hands, I probably won't be able to pull off a full stream tonight. I'm hoping to go on a while longer, but I can feel the tension in my left thumb. Even with compression gloves on. So if it does get much worse, rather than aggravating the condition to the point of making my hand useless, I will just stop stream and we will raid out to someone awesome, hopefully. And yeah, but we'll see how it goes. I might have some time yet. Good evening, Kilo. Yeah. Stop it. So, in the Lonewolf clan, currently, there is, running the host runs anyway, there's me, Kilo, Grimsy, Ojin, who recently joined the team again, and Okie Dokie Yoki. I'm trying to remember his name here on this platform, on Twitch. There is also a Tomba Hat, but he's sort of a guest host that's been around since the clan, well, the early years of the clan. I wanted to say since the clan was formed. No, he came on a little bit later. Not long later, only about 4 or 5 years later. But he's been around and sort of semi been a part of us here and there. So we promote him a bit because he is one of our buddies. So, yes, Kilo is currently doing streams, although I don't think he's streaming at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kilo. When he streams, he's doing streams for Mind. When Okie Dokie streams, he's doing streams for Starship Foundation, which is another children's hospital out in Oceania, which is New Zealand and Australia, and all of those little islands out there. And when me, Grimsy, and Ojin are streaming, we're doing it for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital here in the UK. So each one of us is doing a charity stream, so please do check each one of us out. And if you can, drop a donation to one of the respective charities. Oh, just a heads up, Grimsy and Kilo. I won't be able to join the stream this Friday. I've got some stuff up, but I will be able to lurk around on the phone and admin. And I may as well tell you both since I got you both here. So Kilo plans to be back on the week of the 10th. I'm guessing you mean the 10th of February, March, April, May. 10th of June? Sorry, I had to go over the months in my head because I'm losing track of them. Scary to think we're already halfway through the year. There's quite a lot of white on him, especially those tabards. Right. Oh, hello. Paint isn't sticking where it's supposed to. It's acting like it's coming into contact with oil. Kilo's going back on Hogwarts this month. Yeah, well, when he comes back to streaming. Doing it again. Even though this has been sealed. And by sealed, I mean it has been scrubbed in soapy water, covered in hodgepodge, sprayed with primer, and still it insists on being paint resistant. Right, we'll be coming over this a few times then, because we will win. Paint resistance is not an option. Ha! I'd love to see the Borg try to take on Mandalorians. I'm pretty convinced the Borg would lose. Mandalore, for the Emperor, you will be painted. I'm not too worried because this is just still base colours. Via organised numbers, though, if the face of Mouse ones and Morg would win. Okay. Oh, it begins. How long are you streaming painting today? I aim to try and do it till 12, but if my hands may mean that I can't go on till 12. I was trying to say if they faced the House of Mouse Mandos, the Mandos would lose. Well, that's because they're Darmander. They're not organised, they call themselves Mandalorians, but they don't act Mandalorian. Right, I need chainmail. Where are you hiding? Or Lead Belcher, where are you hiding? That's grey. We don't want Stormcrest grey. Old Republic Mandos, Borg, and gone. Yep. True Mandalorians and the original Death Watch would see the Borg dispatched in no time, and then they would go back to killing each other. And by that, I mean Death Watch and True Mandos. Yes, Disney, doesn't matter how much you try to erase the past, it's there. We do not forget. We are also the internet. We do not forgive. Being a female Star Wars fan, I find what you're doing and saying it's, oh, it's the Force is female, insulting. utterly and totally insulting. The Force has no gender, no female, male identity. It is just the Force. Belongs to everyone and no one. Everyone and everything a part of it. At least learn the lore of the thing that you're trying to plagiarize. And I'm going to call it plagiarizing because you threw the original script, which was, written by the original author, in the bin. And if they'd bothered to read it, they'd have seen that Leia was the chosen one, not Luke. Oh, whoops! Did you neglect that bit? How do I know? Because somebody put it in his books before he was going to turn it into a movie. Oh, whoops! Did you try to retcon those too? Because if it wasn't in the movie, it's not canon. Yeah. Well, guess what? We don't count Disneyverse as canon either. I don't know what to call what you've been making lately. It's not even subpar. We wanted a good story. We wanted to carry on with where he'd left off. Heck, we wanted to go somewhere new. And what did you do? Somehow mess it up. I do not understand how you could have messed that up. But you did. Congratulations. And by the way, that's not a challenge to say, hold your beer, how much worse can you get? That's a hold my beer, try and get better. That's your challenge. Get better. Because right now it's just not even worth watching. And that's a shame because you've got some bloody good actors that you're ruining. I used to say a certain somebody couldn't do any worse than George Lucas. I swear she said, hold my beer, I'll do worse. Mind you, the conventions when I've met her, I didn't like her much either. Very full of herself. I'm not going to name names, but she'll know who she is. And I'm not talking actors, by the way, just so we're clear on that. Actors, for the most part, aside from a few, are pretty full of themselves. They have to be. And that's not to say all of them are. It's just, a generalisation of actors. Well, I'm going to say it. Lucas shouldn't have sold it to Disney. He should never have sold the rights. Could have sold the license. So here, I license you to make it. But he should have kept the rights. It annoys me because, you know, Disney have come up with some interesting concepts. I'm not going to lie. And then they fall flat. I was really looking forward to The Mandalorian. That became, well, I don't know what to call it, a Western in space that was like watching paint dry. And then there was the Book of Boba Fett, the one we were really looking forward to. And they purposefully made that one watching worse than watching paint dry. In fact, you know, I watch paint dry for fun. Literally. Doing these. But that, oh my god, they really did that a disservice. A big disservice. I mean, the only thing I really did like in Book of Boba Fett was actually how the portrayal of the Tusken Raiders. They've always been underrepresented, you know, in Star Wars. In that, you know, the only thing we know them as is being a pest that shoots people off their pod races and whatnot, or raids for various things. And, you know, we actually get to see a bit of their storyline. That was brilliant. Absolutely loved that. Brilliant. More of that, please. Alright? But what I didn't like is, oh look, here's some extras. Let's stare at them for 10 minutes of the episode, even though they're just extras. Oh, here. Let's take 3 episodes doing something that Boba Fett in the books and everywhere else that Boba Fett has ever existed would do in 5 minutes. I mean, I know that Boba Fett is supposed to be ill. He has clone sickness. But we've written out how he solved that, because Karen Travis. Because a certain somebody can't do... Let me see. Oh, right, continuity. If it jumped up and bit him in the arse. Hello, cat. You have food. And I'll give you a hint to who can't do continuity. His last name starts in F. I mean, he has changed Clone Wars so often that it's hard to keep track of the storyline, because if I feel like doing this now, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to retcon the last 10 years of seasons because I can't do continuity. Yes, Filoni, I speak of you. I know you're going to put all the blame on Kennedy's neck. You're going to make it all be her because you've made her the leader, but I think she's just the figurehead. And I think you're the real trouble behind all of it. That toxic element. Because everywhere you've touched, there's no continuity, and it's awful. And then you blame it on everyone but yourself, but you're the common element. So, you know, again, this is a challenge. Try and learn what continuity is. Stick to a storyline and a character. Don't fluff it up just because you've forgotten what you did last week. That's what storyboards are for. And notes. And for the record, people, I'm not a conservative. I am fed up to the teeth with being told, oh, here's some crap, you will enjoy it, or we're going to throw insults and labels at you. I'm angry because it's turned out crap. That simple. Don't care about the cast and whatnot. They can do the job, they can do the job. Just stop writing crap. Headbutt the middle of the cat flap. It might actually open for you cats. far too Christmassy. Skip. Huh. That's almost insulting. I go to check on my admin stuff on my own channel, and what do I find? Star Wars Acolyte. Now, the cast look brilliant. I'm worried about the script writing and storytelling. I'm just going to go check in on someone, because if I do have to end stream early, I need to find someone to raid to. So I'm just going to go check in on Studio J7. I think we joined them yesterday. Doing some old hammer by the looks of it. That looks like some dryads. So I'm going to give a shout out. So please do go check this guy out as well. That's to assume that my keyboard doesn't do everything in caps lock. Oh, now it's doing our thing. Let's give them two. Right, so since Sundays, they trust alchemy of paints, calibrating for 3-year partner anniversary. They've built a community as strong as Thor's hammer. Meanwhile, hark onto the realm of Twitch. Studio J7 is the master of crafter and miniatures, blessed by the All-Father with creativity and the love of Warhammer. Okay, so at least my bot is working a bit now. Right, Caliban Green, where are you hiding? Wind up noise on this one is a little bit annoying on the ears. my thumb going on its own there. Well, I'm not holding it with my thumb right now because it's just doing weird things. It's been acting up a bit all day. Wait, what? Huh? Oh, Craze99, thank you for the raid. So, what were you doing? And tell us a bit about you. Greetings, raiders. I'm Blackfox Kitsune, leader of the Lonewolf clan.
New follower.
So, here on my channel, we paint minis.
New follower.
We play games on the weekends. We raise money for charity. Your lordship is needed here. Welcome to the army. Yep. Enjoy our bots. Oh, that's possibly the weirdest one to come up right now. Right, so the soundtrack we are listening to is the Heartbound soundtrack from Theme. They allow you to use it, and I've just realised which song this is, and this I find annoying as well because it's breaking my concentration. There we go. Right, hopefully a bit more mellow. Using this because I currently don't have a deal with MFCC to use their tracks. I will do at some point again because painting minis without music is a dull affair. So, Kaiser, what were you doing? Tell us a bit about yourself. I'll have to thank Dommy if he's still about. That suddenly explains why he was asking when I was streaming too. So thank you, Dommy. Dommy is one of our youngest members of the Lonewolf clan. And he does an awful lot. Quite often find myself having to rely on the young man. We appreciate our Dobby Pivo. So I'm currently painting Warhammer 30k as we call it. Basically it's Horus Hersey. I will find the right one. It's hard to see with these things. Okay, it's right in front of me, that's why. So, welcome Raiders. I hope this evening finds you all safe and well. I may not be painting much longer because this thumb is causing me a little bit of jip tonight, and if I don't want to make the condition worse I will have to stop, which I absolutely hate because it means admitting defeat. But again, we game on the weekends. So Saturday is a game challenge night where I play one specific game until we complete it. And then we have Sundays, which is usually random games night, but for the time being it's charity game night. And then Wednesday and Thursday evenings I paint minis. The only time I don't is if I've informed everyone that I cannot paint or that I cannot stream. So do keep an eye on our Twitter and our Discord as I post up in the announcements there. Exclamation mark links will call up the Lonewolf clan. No, sorry, exclamation mark clan calls up the Lonewolf clan links. Exclamation mark links calls up my personal links. So I'm currently painting my partner Ojin El Toro's Dark Angels. I'm actually, if I had to pick an army in 40k, I mean I like the Dark Angels, but I'm more of a Viking type person, so I kind of like the Space Wolves. Sorry. Although I do also like Eldar. Just because space elves. Warhammer Old World, I was a Wood Elf player. Just as I finished Black Army, they destroyed it and brought in Age of Sigmar. Grr. She'll forever be salty on that. Anywhere else I accidentally painted? No? Right. In along there. Right. Some more Caliban green going across the bottom here. Highlight those edges. Yes, I do sometimes nick myself with the craft knife or the cutters. I try and do the cutting off stream for the sake of people's and for the sake of YouTube, because obviously I dual cast out onto YouTube as well. That is the Lonewolf clan YouTube. Another phone one. That will never appear ever again on my playlist. Oh, right. So, yes, as I was saying, I tend to do cutting off of stream. I do suffer with ADHD, so I can often be all over the place, lose track of what I'm saying, blah blah blah. Yep. So I will try and do that right off stream. I mean, I'll take it away from the camera like this, and you can't see it. But then I'll come back with a plaster or something and you'll know something's happened. But you don't get to see the gruesome bit. Usually it has happened. So I'm not going to say it never happens. It has happened. But I do try and avoid it as much as possible. This reminds me of Titus. Really? You know, I've not had an Ultramarines model in some time. I don't want one either, actually. Unless it is Titus. Captain Titus I quite happily paint. But only Titus. I hate Ultramarines. Not the chapter, the colours. I like blue, just not that blue. I mean, that's like the blue of blues. Nope. It's heartbound. Sorry, swearing at my thumb. Mega Man and Castlevania. I don't know if this one reminds me of Mega Man, but definitely Castlevania. Oh. Well, it doesn't remind me of Castlevania, but it definitely reminds me of Mega Man. And a bitty sort of sound, 8-bit sound music. MIDI files, that's it. The ye olde MIDI files. Eesh. Sorry, I'm turning some of them off because they hurt my ears. Even my brain noodles. No! No! I spent ages painting that white!
New follower.
No! Thank you for the follow, Hook. No! We were too late. The paint has dried. I have to paint again. Damn you, paint! Damn you! Getting onto my thumb and messing up my nice white coat. God damn it. Right, well, let's finish off this bit and then we will fix that bit. There is a delay in the Botrix going off on the lurk command. No, you did it right. The L-U-R-K, look. Oh! Look! I see. Come back to that one. That is his sniper rifle. I've had some trouble with this one and paint sticking, so we're having to come over him in layers. Behave. Don't make me quit now. Are you going to, aren't you? Right, so my hands are going to force because this thumb's starting to go as well, and obviously that's a really, really important thumb. This one I can opt out and just use my fingers, but this one controls the flow of the brush, and it's starting to misbehave even with the compression gloves on, which is annoying. Very, very annoying. Oh, luckily the green is on where I wanted to do white highlights, so not the end of the world, thankfully. Probably can't see this on camera because my camera here, for some reason, has lost its zoom. Still don't know how that happened, except for a Windows update that just messed everything up one day. Gonna learn. Don't depend on that thumb, it's messing up. This soundtrack sounds absolutely atrocious. Nightmarish. This is good for Fright Night Fridays, the nightmarish atmosphere. For the one running Fright Nights, that would be Grimsy, by the way. So anything Fright Nights, please head over to Grimsy, or Grimsy Grimoire as he calls himself. He's in charge of the Fright Nights now. Or at least 4 now. We try and take turns. But I'm not going to be here this Friday. Not in a full capacity anyway. I've got some things I need to take care of. Oh my goodness, this is a Farmville song if I ever heard one. Right, let's see where to take you. Okay, Farmville music, be shushed. Okay, so is studio still on? Just go check. He is, so he probably won't be streaming long, but at least you'll go to some cool places. So let's take you over to Studio J7. Have a good evening over there. Hopefully see you tomorrow, folks. I'm having to give up because this thumb is gradually getting worse. This one's going now. If I keep up, I'm not going to be able to paint at all. So I need to rest my hands, get them on some heat pads and get them to relax so that I can paint tomorrow. Otherwise, I could be out of commission for months. So I've got to call quits now and I hate it. So I'm sorry, folks. So I shall send you over and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. If not, please keep an eye on my Discord and our Twitch because I tend to tell you there if I'm not going to make it or not. So see you then when I refind my thingy so I can transition. I do this every time. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye for now.